This is a demo of feature MA1875, AMI meter ping from OMA. The first thing we'll show is bringing up AMI customers from a device. In OMA, you do a selection of devices, and if it can show customers, it has an option to show the AMI customers also. It's on the drop-down menu, and you can see the AMI customers there. For other feature types like conductors and things like that, since you can't show customers on them, we also don't show the AMI customers on them either. But an elbow would have the ability to show it. So when you look at the details of the customer list, it'll look very similar with content of what we see in the NMS system. So all the information should be the same, 12 meters in both. Where it shows no for enabled in NMS, it shows no here, and also we have the asterisk on it if it's yes, and have the pending request to have it disabled. There's also a pull down on each of the meters over in the NMS on the OMA side, and if a meter is disabled for AMR, it will have the options de-emphasized. We do a ping of the meter in the OMA AMR customers list. It will send the request off to the server, and you'll see it show up in the NMS system for that same meter. That's a power request. And I refresh in OMA, you'll see that request details there, timestamps and who did it. Voltage request is similar. Comes across over in the NMS and refreshed over in OMA, it shows it there also. And the load side request. Sometimes it takes a little longer in the refresh to get through the services, but it should eventually get there. There it is. You can also select a number of the meters on the OMA side, and as you select them, the count goes up on top of the screen there, on top of the dialog, to show how many meters you've selected. And we've got the ability to have a pull down there that shows what you can do for multimeters. So if you have none of them selected, it's de-emphasized, and if you have a lot of them selected or more than zero, it will enable that menu option. And if you select a couple meters and say go do something like ping the meters, it'll send a request off for both the meters. And eventually the refresh will show the power pings on the 2 meters in OMA. The next thing we'll do is we'll go to a meter that's got some history on it. customer list, AMR customer list from OMA. And I know this meter here has history on it, so if we look at the power history on it, it'll be the same power history that we get in the NMS side. NMS sorts it kind of odd. In OMA, we sorted from most current one on top down to the older ones, but you can sort it that way in NMS too. They look the same. Voltage history, same in both. And again, for the load side status. This is all being done so far from OMA and NMS from the devices. But if we go to an event in OMA, same place we get the customer list in OMA. Under the event details, under calls, and you can see you can get a customer list, which is basically a simple customer list. AMRs will show the customers with AMRs, and again, it looks just like it did in the device oriented bringing up of meters. And all the same actions you can do in from the device oriented one, you can do from the event oriented one. So that's the feature.